Welcome to Albion TV presents Newbie Tuesday on a Thursday. Today is Thursday, the 26th of March, 2020, and I am your host, Shozen. And joining me today, do I have some people joining me today? I have a full house. Not only do I have my co-host, Bogul, the incomparable, joining me, I am also joined by Cessari and Overdose of the Brave Newbie Alliance. And today we will be going over getting new players into your guild/alliance. Say hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm Overdose, obviously.
And I'm Cess.
And I'm Bogul. I'm here too. I'm typing furiously in the background, so don't mind me if you don't hear as much of me today. But I'm curious to hear about you guys. Who are you?
I would say ladies first, so Cess.
So you're going first. We've been over this.
God damn it. All right. I'm Overdose. I'm part of the leadership of Brave Newbie Alliance, an alliance focused entirely on, pretty much entirely on new players, and getting them set up in the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I'm Cessari. I'm also a member of Newbie Leadership. I just really like helping people. That's all I really have to say about that.
We will put you both to good use today then. You'll be helping people and helping new players as well. And the goal of today's show is to show you guys as hopefully either new players who are looking for a guild and are like, how do I find a guild? I want to find a guild that will accept me for who I am. Well, you may learn how to find a guild that will accept you for who you are today. But the main goal today is for us to provide the basic information on how to, you, the guilds out there in the world of Albion, and you, the veteran players of the world of Albion, can help bring new players during their time of need into the world of Albion and give them the leg up they need to stay. All right. I think that's what we're trying to do today. Right, guys?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Also, quick warning to chat. If you hear a bunch of dogs barking and me randomly shutting up, that's because of them.
Oh, the dogs exist. Dogs do exist. And I have lost the notes. just bear with me for a moment. Yeah, let's get back to the show. Yeah, there will be dogs. There will be raffles. There will be lots of fun things going on. But let's talk about what we're trying to get to today. So, yeah, as you may know, that the crossroads are a dangerous place for players. What happens for players who get stuck in the crossroads is they end up staying there 2, 3, 4 days, maybe a week or two. And if they don't get out of the crossroads, find a group of players to play with and get into the world of Albion, they may either believe that this is a solo game or that it's not PvP. And when the reality comes crashing down on them that neither of those things is true, we often lose these great players. And so we want to help you get out to the crossroads, get out to the new player cities, and get them into your guild. So where would you guys like to start on this? How do we want to start on this process?
A
double Bam! Toss up the snowball and get it knocked back. That was an easy one. That's
it. We should probably start with the fact that right now, because of the unfortunate reality of Corona on our planet, there's ample opportunity for people to recruit, because a lot of people are coming to the game because they're stuck at home and can't go out with friends. Pretty much their real life was killed, so they're looking for a better, more prosperous life online. And
anything to do right now to keep your mind off of what's going on outside, people are willing to do. And so we have hundreds of people in the crossroads all day. So there are people for you guys to come and get. So what we're going to talk about today is basically the basic onboarding process of getting somebody invited into your guild, getting them leveled up, getting them integrated into your Discord, getting them integrated into your guild, starting them fame farming, and eventually, I mean, their personal economy and everything like that too, right? So let's talk about how you guys started, because I mean, you guys started as a new player guild. You had 20 players, and you went to the crossroads, and every day you guys started spamming the crossroads and trying to get new players out of the crossroads, because I believe your GM Voltel saw something in the crossroads and was like, no, this is bad. Players aren't getting out of here, right? Is this how this happened?
It pretty much was the best place to recruit, because players were out from the tutorial and were just like those starry-eyed newbies fresh off the boat, and they just wanted to play the game and have fun. And so we pretty much, because we didn't had much to offer at the time, and we didn't had a reputation for ourselves, so we started out like pretty much all guilds do, with very little. And so we just went where the new players are and just recruited from there, and just like offered them like guidance and an opportunity to get set up in the game and grow. And the crosses were pretty much the prime location for that, because it was in summer, so it was a lot less full than it is now. Like I'd probably say like 20-30 people at best in the cross at the same time, even during prime time. And we would just have a recruiter in like 2 or 3 different crosses, just like hopping around and just pick people up one by one. And that's pretty much how we started.
Now we should mention a few things. When new players come into the game, they can only use local and say, right? Once they get off the island, and help. Okay.
And global, I think.
Well, global, I think you have to get to tier 4 to use global.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, yes, well, not T4, but the adventurers. The
tier 4, the adept adventurer.
Yeah, adept adventurer that unlocks global and everything like that. But I believe you can use say in the beginning. So what I have been doing, and it worked out really well yesterday. 2 words combined to one. We were able to get what we had in just an hour. We were able to get 15 people engaged in a fame farm, and over 100 people, I was told, went and got gear from Voltel in an hour. And throughout the day, you guys up to your normal recruiting for a day from what, like 30 to over 50?
Usually we recruit like 20 to 30 people a day. A good chunk of that recruiting is passive, because people come to us when they see the posts on Reddit, on Facebook, on generally like on social media in general. But another good chunk is picked up in the city. Usually we by now we don't start at the crosses, but we start with the players that enter the city already. So we tripled to quintupled our numbers yesterday, depending what you want to use as basis.
Yeah.
20
we
to
also
30.
filled a guild, which is nice.
Filled an entire guild yesterday full of new players. By what I did was, for just an hour, I went around to all the crosses and just kind of spammed that we were trying to do a recruitment drive, and just hit up say, hit up local, and said, hey, we're doing this on the stream, and we'll be answering questions. We'll be doing this. Now you can't do that, but you can say, hey, I'm starting up a fame farm group of all new players in the next half hour. We'll be meeting at Bridgewatch. Any player who wants to get there, go ahead and message me. And you can use the in-game teleportation system at the, what is it, right over here? If you go down to the wharf here, there's a little dock, and there's a guy you can talk to, and you can get naked just like you do for transporting between cities and transfer between all the crosses. And this allows new players generally to meet up with their friends when they start playing, but it also allows you as a recruiter to go out and hit all the zones. And what I do is I don't just do the zone itself, like the cross. I get off the cross and I go to the 3 zones around it. I tell them that I'm looking for players and to message me if they're interested in joining the fame farm. And then I go out and I hit the next one, the next one, and the next one. And then people will start messaging you. And then you tell them the basic process of traveling 1 zone from the crossroads to the city of their choice, putting their stuff into the bank, then going to the travel merchant there, getting to the city that you guys are based out of, whatever your guild is currently based out of. And then you get them into a fame farm and you have to give them gear at this point because you've gotten them to travel naked.
You pretty much
have to give them gear. And this is where sometimes it requires a bit of investment on your hand. Like you might have to buy like a T3 set and a T4 set and maybe even a tome and say, here, guy, get this tome, get yourself tomed up to T4 and you pick the gear you want. We'll drop it on you because T4 gear is real cheap. For 20K, you can basically get yourself a lifetime member to your guild if you can get them the T4 gear they need and a trip out into the fame farm for about an hour. That start that you can give a new player can be huge in their lifetime in just ways that you can't really even express, that they'll never get to do if you don't take the step of walking out and trying to give them something.
Exactly. And it's also important to give those new players something to do and something to enjoy, because after all, it's a game. It's a game, and the game is meant to be fun. And this game especially is more fun with other people.
Absolutely.
So you should do something with them. Not only will they have fun, they'll also integrate further in your community, and the chances that they stick with you, not only with the game but also with you, are bigger. So if you recruit, if you already put the work in, like going to a cross, picking up a new player, it's always wise not to just like keep recruiting the next one and the next one, just like throw people in your guild, but put in the legwork and get them integrated in your community, and then go back to recruiting. Don't just like keep recruiting and don't do anything with them. Recruit them, get them set up.
Right. I would say the only time you're going to keep recruiting is if you have other people in your guild. Like we have seen, like what you guys did yesterday, which was have somebody set up in the city as a gear individual, and then having 2 people ready to take people out on a fame farm. So we had people going from the crosses to get people informed that there was a guild recruiting and doing fame farms. We had people in the city giving out gear and explaining how to get started in the like the Destiny board, basically, and how to get into Discord, how to get to tier 4. And then another person was taking them out and using T4 maps. That was it. Just a basic T4 map, very cheap, and grabbing a small group of players and going out and leading them on an adventure. And doing that created, at least, I would say you have at least those 15 people you took out on the fame farms absolutely are going to stick around for a while. And you may, even if you only keep 10 of them, keeping 10 long-term members to your guild would be incredible. But it sounds like you're going to have many more than that. You did like 100 people yesterday. That's crazy. That's a huge number of people.
It's also the case. We can do that because we have the infrastructure set up to do exactly that. But most smaller guilds will start with just like usually like 1 is the loneliest number, right?
Start with a couple. Just go out there and look for somebody who looks like they need a little bit of help. Like they're hanging out in the crossroads and they're maybe asking somebody, where can I buy something in the crossroads? Listen to the crossroads. Listen to what's going on. See if there are people who clearly need help and are trying to get their way out, but are stuck in the crossroads and therefore are stuck in that information loop of the crossroads.
The quote unquote worst case of that scenario would be you just help the newbie. The best case is for you personally, you helped a newbie, and that newbie will join your guild. Also, that is a poll that most people do when they join that room for the first time, and they really should not do that.
Oh,
because
that hurt my soul.
I did that poll when I got in there first, and I regretted it.
Yeah, right now we do have.
I love seeing that poll.
Yeah,
we're watching a bit of random dungeon action in the background while you guys talk. I'll hop around a little bit,
but this is the kind of thing we want you to take somebody out to. Like if they go from the T3 experience of attacking a few mobs and getting like 7 silver and grinding their way to T4, or worse, grinding their way grinding their way to T5 in the the overworld in blue and yellow zones. When you see somebody doing that, it should hurt your soul. You should say, how can I help you, sir or madam? Can I help you enjoy this game more? Because I can take you on an adventure. You know, it's that whole Aladdin thing. Like, let me show you the world.
The world.
Yeah. Just get them on a magic carpet and take them on a ride with your guild. And warn them about those potato. Like, even if they don't want to join your guild, because they might not. And you might feel like, oh man, I just wasted all this effort. Warn them about the potato farmers. Warn them that there are people out there who are just going to invite them to guilds, offer them nothing, and try to steal their hard-earned silver.
Yes, like honestly, every 10th or 15th person we recruit is pretty much the first task we have to do is recover them from a potato farm, just because they have barely any silver, can't even repair their goddamn gear. It's sometimes it's just really, really sad, and it just helps people when you see them. Like, again, a worst case for you personally, you just help a new bro and they might just go on with a bit more knowledge in the game. Best case, you help the new bro and that new bro wants to join you. So be helpful. Like, the recruits will come to they will flock to people who are genuinely oh god, that's what you get for not being.
They'll want to join, and then they'll want to help people.
Well, here's the thing is too, and they will want to join people who engage with them. If part of our jobs as content creators, and I think a lot of my audience is full of content creators in some way or another, not just outside the game, but people who inside the game get the groups together and tries to bring people out into the world. Like, there's so many of them who watch the show who are like the content creators, like Fun Stealer, for example. Like, does the guy make more fun for more people? Can anybody? I don't know. But those people, you know, you are entertainers. You are the people in your guild look to be entertained. And I don't mean like, haha, funny, you sing well, good story. No, more like, thank you for taking us out and showing us this game and bringing us into a situation where the game can actually entertain us. So many players are followers in this game, and it takes a little bit of that leadership to go out and go, hey, let me help you, because helping is what leaders do. In no matter how else you want to think of it, leaders help you achieve something greater than you can achieve without a leader. That's what they do. And if you want to be a leader, one of the things you can do to prove that you are one is go out there and help people who need a leader. And new players need somebody to gather them together into groups and give them the hope and skills they need to get farther in this world, because so many people get stuck in that yellow zone, in that blue zone, in that I can do this solo. I'm going to go out on my ox. I'm going to gather 17 loads worth of resources and bring them back and sell them for 40,000 silver.
Oh god.
Oh no.
You want like whenever I go gather, I usually come back with a lizard full of resources and 3 poor new players that went to the black zone on a tier 3 ox.
I did that.
This
recently.
is also.
Why is that bad?
I talked to someone earlier today. I think they're watching the stream now, and we're talking in Lazy Grass. And they basically took their life savings out into a red zone and lost it to some clog anchors. And I just help them get their bearings together.
Well, sometimes that's what you got to do, is you have to point people into their level. Like, sometimes people don't know what's appropriate for them. They either aim too low or aim too high. And a little bit of experience can go a long way in these early times for people.
Like the most important, like, knowledge is power. Like, when you can give somebody knowledge, you automatically empower them to make their own decisions on what they want to do in the game. And that is also important. You have to pretty much cater to what the people want to do. But by no means don't do something what you don't enjoy yourself. For example, if you don't enjoy PvP extensively, don't do PvP extensively. You don't have to be the next squad. You don't have to be the next PO or whatever. you just have to engage people with the game and with what you enjoy doing. Like if you just like gathering, engage people with gathering. Take them on gathering runs out in the Black Zone. What we used to do was we would just like grab like half a dozen gatherers and strip mine a zone in like 10 minutes. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's relatively safe because you can scout for each other. Just like have fun together, do something together. It doesn't have to be optimal. You can take a double dagger guy with you in a dungeon if he wants to level double daggers. It doesn't have to be min-maxing as long as you have fun. That's the most important thing to do.
Are we getting a bit off topic here? Or are we staying on topic? Because like I'm looking at the notes and I'm looking at what we're saying and it doesn't fully match up.
Rule number 1 of the AO Daily Show. The notes are
I know they're a guideline.
Yeah. So where do you like to get, because we should get back on track a little bit. We're talking about things you enjoy, and you have to, when you're a teacher, one of the things that we did in one of my guilds, good old Vendetta, was we tried to get people who enjoyed something to lead that thing. And you're right there. You don't want to just lead new players in something you don't enjoy. Try to find a thing that you do enjoy to bring out new players. Like if you are, for example, if you are a PvPer and you want to bring out new players into a PvP experience, find 5 rather new players in T4 and take them out into an arena. If that's what you love, start them something that's appropriate for them. And hold on, let me end this.
Exactly, because engaged people are people that will stick with you. If people have fun playing in your guild, they'll stay in that guild. It's pretty much that simple.
Why don't we talk a little bit about you guys, how you guys do it? Because you have this little organization called Brave Newbie, and you're specifically built around getting people, into the game, into your group. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you do this specifically, maybe, so we can, pick apart your example, maybe?
So what we do is we find people in game, whether it be through conversations with them, through just doing activities with them in game, or people just come to us because we're a large enough guild that people know our name, and that 9 times out of 10, we have people come to us now rather than us going to the crossings and recruiting them. However, this isn't about us. It's about everyone else. So I'm just going to move on. And we mostly filter people through the Discord because communicating in-game isn't enough for like a 700, 800, 900 man alliance. So what we do is we have everyone filter through the Discord, and that's where our recruiters sort of sort people out, see if they're a good fit, and then roll them so they can just immediately get into the action and start playing with the rest of the community in our alliance.
It's it's very streamlined at this point. I'd say it's pretty much they join our Discord. We ask them how we can help them, if they're here to join us or if they just have questions. When they have questions, we'll answer them. When they want to join us, too, we just we get them. We put them through the procedure. We have a little technical help for that, but that's by no means necessary to recruit. It's a bot where they can pretty much register themselves, without the doing of a recruiter directly, and then the recruiter presents them in the general chat, and also pings them pretty much on Discord, so they are notified that the channel itself exists and that they can talk to others. We have a special place for questions. And we also do pretty much a welcome package that is handed out, which consists of every tier 3 item in the game.
Wow.
This is handed out to people who are not tier 4 yet.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that's a lot of sorting and work you'd have to do per person. Wow.
Well, you've got it knocked down to
relatively. There are relatively few tier 3 items. I think it's 9 pieces of armor and I think 18 weapons, and that's like 4 traits. They also get a horse or an ox, and just like have the means to pretty much completely decide what they want to do. I would really recommend for anybody to just immediately help people that join your guild, just so they feel appreciated. They will become at least partly attached to your guild, and also, like, again, it helps them a lot to choose, being able to choose what they want to do, which gear they want to wear. You can immediately like see what they choose, what playstyle they want to focus on. Give them a bit of advice here. For example, don't use leather on a bow in the majority of cases, and with that you can pretty much engage into a conversation and tell them that the gear system here is different to most MMOs, that not just by wearing a spear or a bow you're not set on leather, that there's that the armors are different, etc., etc. And you just create opportunity to teach them and to get to know them, their preferences, and then you can push them in the right direction already. Like when they, for example, a guy who uses daggers and is like, yeah, I want the claw set. That's probably gonna be good for your ganking sig, and less good for the ZVZ sig, for example.
True enough.
For what?
You just pretty much
sig? What's a sig?
Oh, we're there already. All right.
Oh God. It's
That's newbie specific.
I'll,
right? That's
I'll do it. Okay, I'll very quickly explain what this are, because it's a rabbit hole that I honestly don't want to go down right now. So SIG, specifically in newbie, they're special interest groups. It's basically organized ways for people interested in certain things like economy, the PvP side of the game, gathering, etc., to find each other and play the game together. And this works for us specifically because our alliance is one giant guild, and it's easy for everyone to get together and easier for everyone to communicate. And yeah, that's the obligatory SIG plug.
Yeah, smaller communities or more specialized guilds are just like they won't need that. That's an unnecessary step. Just like you really just want them to engage with your community and with the content your community creates, be it fame farming, be it hellgates, be it ganking, whatever you want. Just get them plugged in and have them entertained or have them take part in the activities you do.
Yeah, the most important part after recruiting players is keeping them around. It's building a community around the guild they're in. It's giving them a sense of accomplishment when they do enough and then progress. It's rewarding people for their effort. And it's also just having fun, playing the game with your friends and finding new friends in your guild.
Well, a lot of times early on, for these new players, like they're not going to be involved in those CTAs that like the Blue Armies and the CIRs are going to be in, where they are called to arms several times a day for very specific time-based objectives. For new players, they need more the how do I get involved in the game at any level, and I need somebody to teach me by bringing me out. And so if you can have regular fame farms, regular gank groups, regular PvP engagements, just doing anything, you don't need to fall into that very structured rule of these time-based activities when you're focused more on new player activities. So you can just go out and get a map. You can go find yourself a T6 map and start a game. There you go. Start a group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, or just like a guy, like the most organic created content I saw recently was a guy that found a tier 5 group map in a solo dungeon and was like, oh guys, I really want to do this map, and but I need a group. I can't do it. It says group map. And so he for the first time, he joined the day before. For the first time, he engaged in not only in the general chat, but also he looked for a group himself. He built the group himself. He just like created his own content because we gave him the means to. Like, you can also just give your members the means to create content and to enjoy themselves, and it will be enough. In the beginning, if your community is small, if you just start your guild, that won't be enough. You'll have to be very hands-on. But later, like when your guild is bigger, if you have like 10, 15 active players in it, you don't have to be like around all the time and do stuff. You can just lay back and let pretty much the content create itself for some part. like the workload in the beginning will be much bigger than the workload will be like week 2, week 3. Because nothing will be set up. Like you will not have processes. You'll not have chests with gear. You'll not have a lot of stuff. But you can develop that by recruiting people and doing that recruitment process over and over again. And each time just optimize it a bit more. Like put all the chests in one house instead of splitting them up. It's just like a basic idea.
Yeah, there's you will learn things over time, and that's why like we even started with this newbie project that we're doing. One of the reasons we started with groups that already did a lot of new player onboarding was because we wanted to offload as much of that work, because there is so much of the work, especially in starting to get new players involved, that we can't do while streaming. But what we can do is advertise for other guilds who want to recruit. So we're going to try, and we're going to start on, I believe it's Wednesdays and Fridays. We will be doing an hour, and we will be trying to recruit new players for guilds that are willing to invest the time into the onboarding process. Eventually, we would like to have guilds in every city doing it, as we, as I and other GMs and other members of the Twitch community staff here try to help you guys do recruiting of new players for your guilds. If you guys can show that you have an onboarding process and want to help new players, because it's all about the entirety of the game for us. It's not about one group or being better than the other or getting more attention. We want to do this for everybody, and have somebody over in Fort Sterling, have somebody over in Limehurst, have somebody over in Martlock. Hey, Derek, final order taking newbies?
I'm pretty sure
I don't think so. I don't think they do.
But
they donate.
Or they leave.
All right.
Okay, let's move on.
That's an inside joke. No inside joke.
I know.
Wait,
is my mic too close to my face? Am I too loud?
No, you are fine. Everybody is fine.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna move my mic away from my face and hope I don't sound like I'm screaming.
I'm just really glad that you have a new mic.
I know, the last one is awful.
I can turn you down a little bit. Don't worry.
Thank you.
We got you. We're working on this together. We did this live. We went full Bill O'Reilly, and we did it live.
Yeah, just like recruiting a new player. Even during the process, you'll find points where you can optimize and where you can streamline. And you should always learn from your, not your shortcomings, but the issues you run into, where you feel like you can really do it better yourself, and just do it better.
Do you want to talk about
if you see room for improvement?
Do you want to talk a little bit about how, or a few things you learned about that process that could be a tip or some advice, or maybe even how you use other means other than a Crossroads and other in-game venues to talk to people?
Generally, I would recommend the help channel, not as a direct recruitment tool, but just to help somebody. And as I told before, people will flock to you if you provide them with help. It's not a static number. You'll not get like one day. You'll not get 5 people a day from that. You might not get one for 2 days, but then the next day you'll get 3 or 4 people. Because again, people like helpful people, and another big plus would be keep the taxes as low as you can. Like, we have 0 tax, and that's a real stretch for our economy sometimes. But you should really keep your taxes as low as you can. Like, keep them in line with what you provide for your people. Like, if you do weekly PvP ops for which you throw around 6.1 gear, you could of course have some tax. But if you just use that tax to pay your own subscription, that's not. First of all, it's not a good look. Also, it's not nice, and you really shouldn't do that. Like, if you want attacks, provide something to your members.
Well, we're seeing fewer and fewer guilds actually using taxes as a way to get money for their guilds. Most will do like donation drives and stuff like that, and group activities through gathering as a group, or working the market as a group to actually make some money rather than the taxes, because the taxes are, especially for new players, they're a big turnoff, because so much of a new player's experience is spent solo, and they don't see how the guild experience always helps them. And that's one of the most important things, is when you get one of these new players, don't just let them sit in your guild. You have to engage these players until they start learning to make groups for themselves. Some of them may never learn to do that. You might have to bring them out every single time.
Yes. Sometimes you just have to cater to your members. If they want to do a fame farm, but they're missing a DPS, even if you would rather want to level your tank weapon, grab a bow, do some damage. Maybe in the next dungeon, maybe in the next time you can ask the tank if you could rather tank and level your tank weapon, and he can diversify into a DPS. But again, cater to your members to an extent, not do it on the detriment of your own experience, because that will not do well for your members either, because you will not be in it with a full heart. You will not enjoy the game as much, and but cater at least partly to the needs of the people. As much as you take them, as much as you have to pull them in with you for what you enjoy. For example, if you really like gathering and nothing else, make a guild that focuses really on gathering. Just like gathering and not getting ganked would pretty much be the core identity of that guild. And just do that. But if like 3 or 4 people one day just are like, yeah, today I really want to fame farm, go fame farm with them if they don't have enough people. But you could also use that as an opportunity to recruit. For example, if everybody is online and in a group, but you're only 4, recruit somebody from outside. That's also another means to, not to the guild at first, but to the group. It's also a good idea to. It's also a good method for recruitment if you let them partake in your community. So pretty much show what you'll get before inviting them. They'll be more inclined to join or give you a chance if they saw that you'll have fun together, that you enjoy the game, that you do something you like together.
Yeah, absolutely. You're making a really good point there. We see so many people, especially early on, they get that once bitten, twice shy situation where they have been invited to some potato guild, got the cooldown, got stuck, and now they want to, before they join another guild, they want to know what they're getting into. So take them off on an adventure. Let them join you for a group and have some fun. Heck, I understand you guys have some pretty fun events that you do. That are, I don't want to say they're unique to newbie, but you do some fun events. I did get to go out on one of your events I think it was on a Tuesday, actually. We did Drunken Karaoke Fame Farm on a Tuesday.
Yes, it's usually our Friday event. We also did a Friday, Fun Friday Karaoke. Oh God, I'm botching the.
I don't know the acronym either. It's way too long.
Yeah, it's a way too long acronym. It's like 12 or 15 letters. Yeah.
It just depends on how many people we get.
Yes, it's pretty much a gank group in a territory that defends a bunch of gatherers and a group of fame farmers, all in the same channel, singing and having fun. It's just a royal blast. And you can just hold like basic events. Just have I don't know, a trivia night while you dungeon. So, or we're talking about starting a D&D group in our guild. Like you can just do.
No one told me about that.
I told you about that.
When?
This is for another time. We're talking about newbies. All right. See, this is the kind of things that you can do for your guild. Once you start, building a bit of community, interact with your players. Don't just say that they are a resource for me when I need to go out and get a group.
Yes.
Be a resource to them and bring them out into a group. Like actually work with your player base and try to make things better for them. Is there anything you guys would like to go over before we start reading some shout outs? Because we are over our 40 minutes, and I think we've gone on to a lot of the more general things about getting people into your guilds. I don't think we hit as many specifics as we would have liked, but this is a weird thing to do.
I want to go back to the thing I mentioned earlier, real brief. What do you think about using Reddit, the forums, or the official Discord as means of recruiting?
It's great. Yeah. I recommend it.
Yes, you should really.
As members.
You should really try and present your guild well to the outside. It will give you a platform. It will make you a name in the community, and it will pretty much create at least some influx to your guild that you don't have to create yourself. Like, you don't have to go out and recruit, but people will arrive at your doorstep ready to be recruited, in the best case. And it will help you a lot if you present yourself well. Just like present what you do, where you live, where your what you expect from your guild members. If you expect anything in particular, like participation in events like castles or whatever, present what you want, what you give them in return, like gear replacement, safe black zones, a hideout that they can operate from, something like that. Just tell them about yourself so they are inclined to join.
Absolutely.
And yes, it's a really good way to get people. There's an Albion Online Discord on which you can recruit. There is the Albion Online subreddit, and there are Facebook pages about Albion. And all those three means can be used. If I forgot one, I'm sorry, but all those three social media sources, social media pages can be used to recruit people other than crosses, other than the city, other than picking them up into a group and drawing content with you and recruiting them afterwards. Yes.
Well, I'm glad that we've brought the trolls out into the channel. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Congratulations.
You know the stream was successful when we brought out trolls.
Congratulations. But I think right now, on that note, I think we're going to head over. Bogul, are you okay with going to the shout-outs now?
My chat died again.
I don't think we have any shout-outs today.
No
I thought we saw some.
I saw some shout-outs.
Then you have to scroll up, but on the
we had them closed. Yeah, we had them closed. Apparently.
You want to open them for like 30 seconds?
They are. I did. Yeah, they are open now.
Okay.
Or maybe they were just highlighted messages. Sheep are easily started, so it's always best to approach slowly from the front in a non-threatening manner. And it's true of newbies as well. You want to put your hands out in front of you, show that you have no weapons. Go, this is a blue zone. I cannot attack you here. I'm going to invite you to a group now. I'm going to invite you to join me in a yellow zone. Yes, PvP could occur here. No, I'm not going to rob you. Please join me. I'll be nice. I'll give you stuff more than you have. It's really, you don't have much. I know it looks like a lot. Leave it here. Leave it. I don't want it. No, I understand you want to donate your tier 2, but we have enough. No, nobody needs your chess piece. No, don't try to sell it here. Don't. Just come with me to the city. Come, follow me. Follow me. Okay, here's a book. Yes, read it. Okay, now you can use better gear. Here, put that on. Come with me. We're going to go kill stuff. That's what you need to do. And it doesn't sound like much, but for a new player, it can mean the world.
This triggered so many memories.
Oh.
Well, thank you guys very much for joining us today. I hope that we were able to at least entertain some people in chat. If not, maybe we even taught some people a few things and gave them a bit of direction on how to go. If there are any new players who are looking for guilds, we will be doing this again. Well, doing the new player guild drive tomorrow, like the recruitment drive tomorrow at 16 UTC. We will be based out of Bridgewatch, right?
Yes.
That's the name of the city. It's okay.
Should be.
And this time with preparation.
Now we'll be able to give away 200 sets of gear and get 30 people into a fame farm. Yeah, actually, I think getting 15 people into a fame farm in an hour was actually a really impressive stat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I know.
We can double that.
I think we can. I think we can do that. And if you guys are out there and you're thinking, hey, I would like to get on this for my guild, please contact me. Shozen4236. Shozen hashtag 4236 on Discord. And I will get you in on this. Like I said, I want to do this for multiple cities. I am working with a couple other guilds already to get things started for next week. But we want to do this as often as we can for new players, especially while we are in this phase of everybody locked in their house without anywhere to go except for Albion Online. Oh, hey guys, I've been reminded of a quick PSA. Thank you, Grenmaju. I wanted to say there is a clap for healthcare people, like a reminder. It's a nationwide clap for healthcare people from the NHS in the UK and globally at 20 UTC. So just, get out there and clap for these guys. I mean, even if you have to just step outside your house, hopefully you live in a place where there are lots of people around. Stay 6 feet away from everybody, but clap real loud. Because those people are freaking heroes during this time. And they're dealing with stuff that none of us want to have anything to do with. And we're all really glad that we're locked inside our houses playing Albion Online instead of on the front lines of this nonsense in the hospitals around the world. And for those people who have to be there, we should give them a round of applause. 20 UTC. I will tweet it out myself. Thank you guys for showing up. Remember to go clap outside.
I'm sorry. I'm living in a small village. There's literally nobody around.
I have 4 neighbors that might hear me if I'm real loud, and I'm gonna try to do it. I mean, I'm gonna get my family to go clap outside, so at least the 4 people in here will know that we all appreciate what everybody's doing on the front lines, and hopefully we can spread this clap faster than the virus. So thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe, stay clean, stay aware, stay healthy, stay inside.
And join a guild.
And join a guild and get really close to a large group of people online and enjoy them for while you're locked inside your house. Because you can be anywhere when you're on the internet and not have to touch anybody while doing it.
And remember, anything beyond 30% tax is a potato guild.
True enough. Don't pay more than 30%. Don't pay 30%. Oh my God. Learn about the guild before you join. Tell them to tell you why you should join. Maybe even get them to take you out on a little adventure first. Oh my God, these potato guilds.
Oh yes, the Shozen rant. My favorite part of the day.
I don't know what bothers me more, the potato guilds, of which I own one, or the crosses that exist at all. I don't own a cross yet. I wonder, honestly, if I could own one of the crosses, I might feel a bit different about it. Like if I could control the... All right, new goal. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow at 16 UTC with a newbie show.
Another one, the third one in a row.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then we'll be back at 19 UTC with the AO Daily Show, which should be an interview with I'm going to get this wrong. I camp a lot. And the one of us is in Viz.
And then at 21 we have a ZVZ on Friday. Well, probably earlier, 21 UTC. And then on Saturday we will have Invasion Day with a show here on Albion TV where we cover the Outland action over the weekend, which usually draws a huge crowd. So a lot of things to watch, a lot of things to see here on Albion TV. Yeah, I'll leave this fight run for like a little bit while we leave.
Okay.
Because they're about to be the boss, I guess.
Yeah, let them show the boss. I think that would be great. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want a raffle today or in the last few days, I will be handing out the raffles in the next 20 minutes. Yay! So thank you guys for showing up, and we really do appreciate this. I'm sure the new players do too.